Caps for Sale by Esfir Slobodkinja.
Welcome to the library. Put on your library sound and your imagination. Hello, birthday book club. Ooh, Mrs. Stinkins left this place a mess when she went out of town. Oh, the popcorn fell off the wall. Kindergartners, look! Your turtle towers are still over there from Yertle the Turtle Week. Goodness gracious. I have a lot of work to do before the library will be ready for you to return. Look at all of those books to put away, and the box of crafts still out. And Cat in the Hat. What about that? Oh dear, my desk is a disaster. I can't believe I'm letting you see this.
You guys are helping around your houses to keep things clean. You can pair up the socks, that's a fun game, and rinse off all the dishes with soapy bubbles. Maybe load the dishwasher if that's okay with your parents. I'm sure they have some other great ideas. It's really important that we all work together this week.
Well, we've cleaned up the library. That was a big job. Now, let's get started on our book. Caps for Sale. This book was both written and illustrated. What does that mean? Pictures drawn by a lady from Russia. Her name is Esfir Slobodkina. I had to look up how to pronounce that name. This book has won lots of awards. And this lady, Esfir Slobodkina, in the United States, a lot of times we say Esther Slobodkina, because we don't necessarily pronounce Russian names exactly the way they're pronounced in Russia. She moved here from Russia because when she lived in Russia, there was a really, really big war called the Russian Revolution, and her family wasn't safe, so they moved to the United States. And she lived until after my children were born. Now, let's get started. Oh, one more thing. There are lots of places that you can hear this book read on YouTube, not just by Miss Stinkins. And some of those places, you can see the pictures better. So if you want to stop the video here and switch to another one, you can do that. Or you can stay with me and enjoy the book. Caps for Sale by Esfir Slobodkina. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on the top of his head. First, he had his own checkered cap, and then a bunch of gray caps, and then a bunch of brown caps, and then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checkered cap, then that's right, gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps. You're good at this. Then the exactly, the red caps on the very top. You know, even though blue is probably my favorite color of all of those caps, I think I would enjoy the red cap most. What's your favorite color? What color cap would you want? All the caps were there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a very long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. I'm going to stop the book there to tell you a quick story. When my little boys were tiny, my big boy, Bonner, some of you have met him. He's a senior this year. He was 1, and his twin brothers were born. And somebody gave Bonner this fantastic book, and he wanted me to read it to him every single day. And I kind of liked that because it's a good book. Well, every time I got to this page, when he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. I wanted to cry because I never woke up refreshed and rested. I was so tired from staying up all night with tiny babies. Now I can read. He woke up refreshed and rested. And it doesn't make me sad. Before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checkered cap. What? He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. And on every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. These monkeys make me laugh. I think monkeys are cute. The peddler looked at the monkey. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "Yo, monkeys, yo," he said, shaking a finger at them. "Yo, give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Sit-sit-sit-sit-sit." This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "Yo, monkeys, yo give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Tick, tick, 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 tick." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "Yo, monkeys, yo, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tick, tick, 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 tick." I wish I could see you guys acting like monkeys. Tick, 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 tick. By this time, the peddler was very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "Yo, monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tick, tick, 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 tick." began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First, his own checkered cap, and then the gray caps. Then that's right, brown caps. Then the blue caps. And then, Miss Dinkin's favorite, the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town, calling, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" The end. Thank you for joining me for Storytime today. Again, I really miss you.